नमस्सर्वेभ्यः कक्ष्यायां स्वागतं प्रार्थनया प्रारम्भं कुर्मः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। हरिः ओम तत्सत्। अस्माभिः ह्यस्तनकक्षायां श्लोकेषु अन्वयक्रमः इत्यस्मिन् उपभागे श्लोकमेकमेव दृष्टमासीत्। निशम्य देवानुचरस्य वाचं मनुष्यदेवः पुनरप्युवाच धेन्वा तदध्यासितकातराक्ष्या निरीक्ष्यमाणः सुतरां दयालुः इति। अत्र दिलीपः धेनोः अर्थात् नन्दिन्याः रक्षणार्थं तत्र किं करोति अग्रे इति धेनु पश्यति अस्ति। तमेव निरीक्षायां निबद्धा सा पश्यन्ती अस्ति। माणः एषः दयालुः भूत्वा किमपि वदति। किं वदति इति अग्रे एव पाठः भवेत्। तत्र अस्माभिः तदध्यासितकातराक्ष्या इत्यत्र कथं तत्र समासस्य निर्माणं करणीयं। तत्र संस्कृतभारत्यां तु तेन अध्यासितम् इति नपुंसके स्वीकृतमासीत्। तेन अध्यासितं प्रायः तत्र अक्षि इत्यत्र नपुंसकत्वम् अस्ति किल। अक्षि अक्षिणी अक्षिणी इति तु तत्र कातरशब्दस्यापि नपुंसकत्वं कातरम् इति स्वीकृत्य प्रायः तस्य विशेषणत्वेन तदध्यासितम् इति स्वीकृतं स्यात् इति। तदध्यासितं तदध्यासितेन कातरं तदध्यासितकातरे अक्षिणी यस्याः सा इति अन्ते बहुव्रीहिः कृता आसीत्। मम मनसि एवमस्ति तदेव सम्यक् स्यात्। किमर्थम् इत्युक्ते अत्र मयापि एवं प्रदर्शितं गणे अपि प्रेषितमासीत्। तेन अध्यासिता इति साक्षात् किमर्थं गोः विशेषणत्वेन न स्थापितव्यं। तेन अध्यासिता तदध्यासिता गौः कातरे अक्षीणि यस्याः सा कातराक्षी इति बहुव्रीहि गौः इत्यस्य तयोः सम्मेलनेन कर्मधारय सम्मेलनेन तदध्यासिता कातराक्षी इति किमपि साधितं। परन्तु तदनन्तरं मया पुनः दृष्टं ह्यः भवितुम् अर्हति वा एवं गुरुवर्याः प्रष्टव्याः एतस्य विषये। परन्तु तत्र तदध्यासिता इति प्रातिपदिकं किल। यदि एवं कुर्मः आकारान्तं स्त्रीलिङ्गे अत्र तु ह्रस्व अकारः एव अस्ति शब्दे तदध्यासित कातराक्ष्या इति। तर्हि तत्र पुंसत्वं वा नपुंसकत्वं वा आनेतव्यं। तत्र स्त्रीत्वं न भवितुम् अर्हति प्रथमप्रातिपदिके। तर्हि कथं। तर्हि मया निर्धारितं प्रायः अत्र यद्यपि सुष्ठु प्रदृश्यते दीर्घ आकारः नास्ति इति तत्र किमपि दोषः स्यात् यथा मया चिन्तितं। यद्यपि अर्थकथनेन दोषः न दृश्यते परन्तु पदनिर्माणे तत्र दोषः भवेदिति चिन्तनमस्ति। तु एवं कुर्वन्तु एवमेव मनसि स्थापयन्तु। यद्यपि अन्यथा दृष्टं स्यात् परन्तु तत्र गभीरतया दृष्ट्वा एव समर्थनं स्यात् अस्य रूपस्य। परन्तु तत्र दीर्घः भवेत्। तदध्यासिता कातराक्ष्या इति स्यात् इति मन्ये। अस्तु इदानीं तस्य विषये इतोपि वक्तुम् अशक्तोऽहम्। अग्रे गमिष्यामि। पुस्तके यदस्ति तदपि ज्ञातम् अस्माभिः। तथा एव स्वीकुर्मः। So any questions with my additional note on this Rasva Dirghatva and why we may be in sticky wicket with respect to the other analysis I have done. It is Arthavat, but it may not be Rupavat. Okay. So next we have the second verse of the set. Seyam swadeharpana nishkrayena न्याय्या मया मोचयितुं भवत्तः न पारणा स्याद्विहता तवैव भवेद् लुप्तश्च मुनेः क्रियार्थः. So Dilipa is trying to give the argumentative justification to why he is offering himself to protect the cow or get the cow released from the grasp of Kumbhodara. So this is in the mouth of Dilipa now. Sayam, sayam. Okay. Swadehar. Once more, I will simply read as is, then we will come to breakdown. Seyam swadeharpana nishkrayena nyaya maya mochayitum bhavattah na parana syad vihata tavaiva bhaved luptascha munehe kriyartah. So sa iyam seyam. So there is a guna sandhi there. Okay, a plus e is equal to a guna sandhi. Swadeharpana nishkriyena is one samasta. Swadeha visi swasya deha. Swadeha arpana visi and then nishkraya. Okay, nishkraya. Okay, and then vibhakti pratyaya. So we see these components, we will analyze it later. So one's own body, offering, nishkraya is in the sense of exchange, barter type of material that you keep for something else. Okay, so nishkraya is the activity of giving one item in lieu of another. Okay, so, we know kraya, vikraya, nishkraya is an extension in that sense. Okay. Kraya is buying, vikraya is selling, nishkraya is the bartering sense. Okay. I mean, our barter item is kind of nishkrayam, something like that, you can say. Okay. Then nyaya. Okay, this one has a specific double ya, we will see. Nyaya, we know, it's justice. Nyaya, in a justified way, in a deserving way, that sense is there. So there is a additional ya pratyaya coming there. So maya mochayitum, so there is a anuswara sandhi. So by me to release bhavat taha. Again there is a dvitva of takara, bhavat taha. Tasil pratyaya has been added to bhavat pratipadika. So from you. So bhavata, something like that. Okay. Bhavatah actually. Panchami rupa of bhavat shabda is bhavatah, but this one is bhavatah. So you can imagine a tasil there in the sense of that. Okay. Okay. All right. Na parana. Okay. So parana is in the sense of, we sometimes use this para shabda for some kind of a upavasa or something like that, right? So that parana means keeping some kind of dietary practice in lokic sense, but here it's simply in the sense of food. Okay. So that's what. Syad vihata. Okay. So vihata means hata shabdena, something is lost or killed, is that sense is there. Here is not in the complete sense of killed, simply in the sense of lost. So vihata means in the sense of lost. Okay. And so na syad vihata, so there is a nai there, so we'll have to see how to apply it. So tava eva tavaiva vriddhi sandhi is there. Tava evam, sorry, eva ina evam, like this. So tava evam tavaivam. So a plus a I vriddhi sandhi is there. Bhavet bhaved jashtva is there. Okay, dakaras. Then a has to be separated. Aluptaha cha. There is a aluptas visarga reversal, then shchutva, aluptascha. So visargasya sakaraha shchutva. So aluptascha munehe. So alupta means not lost. Okay, not lost. So perhaps maybe your food is not lost, that sense is there. May not, should not be. Bhavet, may not happen so. Na bhavet, like this. So munehe kriyartaha. Okay, Munehe is of course our Vasishta. So Vasishta's cow is Nandini, right? So Vasishtas, that is the Shashti of Munihi, Munehe. Kriyartah. So Kriya, what is the Kriya of a Muni or a Rishi? Yajna Yagadi, Karyam. So that Kriya. So Kriyartah. So for the purpose of that kind of Yajna Yaga. Okay. मुनेः क्रियार्थः अलुप्तः स्याद् प्रायः मुनेः क्रियार्थः अलुप्तः स्यादिति एवं kimapi vadan asti. So that means there is an expression of the desire. Partly we have understood there. We will see the Anvaya slowly. So that means there is an expression of Dilipasa that, okay, so look, by losing this Nandini cow, which is the only richness that our Vasishta Muni has, he loses the offering of this cow daily for satisfactorily carrying out his yajna yaga homadi karyani. So that's what kriyartha. Aluptaha, I mean, may not be lost, may not be lost. So I would like to barter myself. Okay, that's the sense we get. So we will see the Anvaya here. Maya, by me, Swadeharpana Nishkriyena, by the bartering of the offer of my own body. By is coming from Tritiya. Sa, where is Sa here? Saiyam. Correct. I forgot. Right there in the beginning. Sa. So obviously, Nandini, Iyam. That she. This is very typical phrasing in Sanskritam. Okay. Tadrushoham. Soham. This kind of thing. Saha aham. Aham is there. Why Saha is there? You may ask. That means Tadrishaha aham. Iti vaktum saha aham iti uchyate. Tadrishi sa iti vaktum sa iyam iti उपयोगः. इयम् इति तु इदम् इति पदस्य न तु एषा अथवा सा इति इट्स् tat pratipadika gives those variations. Sa, te, taha and all that. This idam pratipadika in Strilinga has this iyam rupa. Iyam, ime, imaha, imam, ime, imaha. Anaya, see the variation. Anaya, abhyam, abhihi, asyai, abhyam, abhyah, asyaha. You have seen lot of asyaha, no? Etasyaha, asyaha. So Sarvanama declension style, but the pratipadika is idam, and there is a strange substitution from the id to an type of variation after the from third vibhakti onwards. So asyaha, abhyam, abhyah, asyaha, anayoho, asam, asyam. This is also there. Etasyam, asyam. So in her. Anayoho, asu. So etasu, asu. So you can see some similarity because it is a Sarvanama declension. Remember, all the Sarvanamas decline in one way and the normal nouns decline in another way. Sarvanamas have their own little bit of additional Paninian process which makes them decline slightly differently from others. Okay. So that's what stands them apart. Okay. So that's what. And if you want to know how this idam sounds in Pullinga, ayam, imo, ime, etc. in Pullinga, idam, ime, imani in Napumsakalinga. Imani is also seen a lot. Idam, imani, ayam, iyam, asyaha, like this Shashti forms. These are all seen quite popularly in Kavya. So that's why we should practice this set. So idam set, adas set, and tat set, tat etat, which are paryayas in a way. Okay. All right. So that's what. Sa, iyam, that cow, I mean, in the context, of course, Nandini, the cow, this Nandini cow, bhavattaha, from you, mochayitum nyaya. So she is a qualified lady, qualified cow to be released. Okay, that means nyaya. I mean, she is deserving in the sense of nyaya. So she is a deserving one to be released from you. Okay, through the barter of my own body in her place. Okay, so that's what. Okay, evam tava parana vihata na syat. Okay, by this barter, evam, yadi mama shariram bhavan swikarishyasi aharena tarhi evam tava parana, your bhojanam, vihata na syat, will not be what you call lost. Okay, vihata na syat. Okay, munehe kriyartah cha aluptah bhavet. So aluptah already has the nai. So na syat, we should take the na with the syat, and alupta already has the negation of not lost. So kriyartah aluptah api syat bhavet is also there. So they have brought that. So munehe kriyartah aluptah bhavet. So this pada separates out into this vakya. This set separates into this vakya. Okay. And then this whole thing is one sentence. So Nyaya is the conclusion there. Nyaya asti. We can take. Okay. Yesha nyaya mochayitum nyaya asti. Like that. Okay. Bhavattaha, all those are supportive parts. By whom? By what kind of activity? Karana is swadeharpana nishkriyena nyaya. Mochayitum nyaya asti sa. Asti is the implicit there. Okay. They have used bhavati here. Asti, bhavati both fit. Okay. So I hope this you understood. So maya swadeharpana nishkriyena sa iyam bhavattah mochayitum nyaya. Okay. Evam tava parana vihata nasyat munehe kriyartah cha aluptah bhavet. Okay. So syat is there, bhavet is there, immediately two sentences. There is no kriya pada, but it's clear that this ktanta form with some kind of taddita further, okay, or nyaya shabdasya kimapi taddita rupam applying to the feminine cow. Okay, so there is some process there which has generated that. That's all. Okay, third sentence. So again, we will not go through this. Somehow it's not helping this thing. I would go with writing English around this. So how I would do it? Maya, by me, svade arpana nishkriyena, by the act of bartering my own body, okay, offering the barter of my own body, sa iyam equal to this Nandini, the cow, bhavattaha, from you, mochayitum nyaya is deserving to be released. Like this you go. Okay. No need to go with this non-scientific trying to align with English. Okay. Tatparyam. He Simha. So there is nowhere, you see, but this is the thing. Why in Tatparya it has been brought? Because this brings into the context that these are the words of Dilipa. Okay, and they have put the quote for the whole thing. Iti Dilipaha Denum Uktavan. This is known from previous verse. Okay, so what you need to develop is, okay, immediately you place yourself, you will remember the whole storyline, of course, no doubt. Though we have studied it over splattered number of weekends, you remember the storyline, or at least by exam time, you would have collectively read all these verses one behind the other once, right? That's what you should do really. You should put all these verses in one collection on one or two sheets without any other explanation. Just put the verses down in neat handwriting or use computer to print it out. Either way, type it and print it out and keep that and go through that. Just go through that. Don't worry about Anvaya, analysis, anything. Just go through that. 4 or 5 times when you go through, Anvaya comes to your head and the context becomes clear one by one. Because more or less, without missing too much intervals verses, they have strung up the important verses for conveying the story in a compact way. Okay. So that's what I did and I would advise you to do. In fact, I did one more thing. Not only I wrote it out, I don't remember wrote it out or typed it out. I sat down in front of the sheet and with a small audio recorder, read the whole thing clearly, calmly. Even if there was a mistake in between, just reread, doesn't matter. We are hearing our own voice anyway. It's not like we need to appreciate. So then it'll generate a 5-minute recording of the entire sloka set of this Raghuvamsham that is being taught. That you just keep it on your phone, and when you walk in the morning, okay, let me listen to this today. In 5-10 minutes, you can listen to it once or twice, and the story will play in front of your mind as you listen to even your own voice. We always love our own voices. So, or of course, if somebody is a better reader in the family, something, you can make them record it for you and then use that. Okay. So that's the thing I did a lot. In fact, I did that for almost from Pravesha onwards, I did that because it was all COVID time also. Some of the later exams when I took. And I would go for long walks, which was the only entertainment available away from the nonsense that was going on in television. So it was wonderful. I mean, all the katha reading in audio, all the subhashitas in audio, all these Raghuvamsha verses in audio. Oh, it's you are practicing for the exam without effort, with entertainment actually. So that's what I would advise you guys to do that. Anyway, that was a little sidetrack. He Simha, aham mama shariram samarpayami. Tvam maam ahara rupena swikuru. Imam dhenum parityaja. See how they have broken down what is there in one sentence over there into 4, 5. Yadyevam bhavati, yadi evam, yadyevam. So there is a end sandhi here. Yadi evam only you can type. Yadi evam bhavati, tarhi tvaya aharopi labdaha bhavet. So, I mean, by receiving my body, it's not like you're denied your parana or ahara. Munehe homa sadhanam, that is kriyartha. Translation. Homa sadhanam dhenurapi rakshita bhavet. Okay. साधना धेनुः इति भवेत् किल साधनं धेनुः इति अस्ति अस्तु किमपि अन्यथा स्यात् तत्र ग्रामर् होमसाधना धेनुः इत्यपि सुष्ठु एव तद् विशेषण टु धेनुः रक्षिता भवेत् अतः मां स्वीकृत्य गां परित्यज सो दट्स् द बार्टर् ओके दट् इस् अ निष्क्रिय सो मां स्वीकृत्य तस्य स्थाने मम शरीरस्य स्थाने गां परित्यज ओके इति दिलीपः धेनुम् उक्तवान् सो यू राइट इट इन योर ओन वे डोंट वरी
सिंहं न इति दिलीपः सिंहम् उक्तवान् न
Oh, correct. Simha Muktavan. There is a mistake in the textbook. I didn't notice. Thank you. Simha Muktavan. Hey, Simha is standing in front of us. So there is a clear oversight. Yeah, which is completely fine. We identified. So Simha Muktavan or Kumbhodaram Muktavan, like that you write. You vary it. Okay, there you have said, Hey, Simha. Kumbhodaram is better here. Okay. So here they have gone with bhavati instead of asti like we thought. Nyaya, asti, nyaya, bhavati. Okay. Ka bhavati, iyam bhavati, yesha. Okay. Kidrishi, iyam, sa iyam. So they only had to bring sa as a visheshana. But you see how gauna this is. This doesn't describe why this phraseology is followed in Sanskritam. Avanu, ivalu, like we say in Kannada. ಆ ತರಹದ ಅವನು ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ಅವನು ಸೇಮ್ ವೇ ಜೋ something like that we use some phrasing similarly in other Indian languages so that's way saiyam soham this kind of tadrushoham is the sense actually okay tadrishiyam is the sense here okay all right punah kidrishi nyaya okay. So they have not explained how this came. We will see that later. Kim kartum mochayitum. Okay. So sa maya mochayitum nyaya. So maya. So this is a karmani prayoga. And so cow is the karma in the prathama vibhakti. Okay. Sa iyam is her representation in the prathama vibhakti. So mochayitum is a tumunanta clause ending and mochayitum sa nyaya like that okay so kena mochayitum maya so I have gone into possessor of that mochana kriya there okay पुनः केन मोचयितुं स्वदेहार्पण निष्क्रियेण so here is the kartrutva in maya here this is the karanatva in tritiya so that is the kartrutva tritiya for mochayitum so this one is the actual karana karaka by the act of partering my body like that. Okay so you see the quality difference between maya and swadeharpana nishkriyena okay by me by the act of barter. But the difference is here it is the karta type of tritiya and here it is the karana tritiya. Okay. Na syat, na bhavet. Okay. This is basically there is a line now. This one. Na syat, na bhavet, ka na syat, parana. So always try to get the negation if there is an independent na hanging. Please bring it to the kriya pada. Usually it will go as a kriya visheshana. Okay, this negation. Oh, we don't identify it much like a visheshana, but technically it is a kriya visheshana, but it is negating a kriya. Na iti padam kriyayaha विरुद्ध भावं सूचयितुं तत्र भवति. का न स्यात्, पारणा न स्यात्, कीदृशी न स्यात्, विहता न स्यात्. So what will not be there? Parana is a स्त्रीलिंग पद. Okay, कीदृशी न स्यात्. Okay, अर्थात पारणा, कीदृशी पारणा also you can ask here. कीदृशी पारणा, विहता पारणा. Vihata means lost food. Okay, opportunity lost type of food. Okay, kasya parana, tava. So that's where tava is coming. Okay, Shashti possessor stacking on top of the food item, which is in Strilinga. Tava parana. Katham nasyat evam. Okay, how do you bring this evam, pevam and all those things? In this way. So clearly, katham is basically kriya visheshanatva in the evam. Though it's a avyaya, but it is a kriya visheshaka avyaya in this context. So katham nasyat evam nasyat. In this way, it won't be happening. By the act of you accepting the barter is the sense of evam. Okay, that is for us to, yeah. Bhavet, next one, easy. Kaha bhavet, kriyartah bhavet. Okay, here, because aluptaha has taken the negation. Where is aluptaha? Oh, here it is. Yeah. So alupta has taken the negation. You cannot bring out the nakara from the nai there and attach it to kriya. So you have to stay with positive aspect of the kriya, but the final act itself is a negative act. So alupta, not lost, is the sense there. So there it is not a kriya with negation is directly applying to the lupta shabda. So kasya kriyartaha, munehe kriyartaha, kidrishaha. Kriyartaha also you can take actually, because aluptaha is actually visheshana to kriyartha. Kidrishaha kriyartaha, aluptaha kriyartaha. So munehe kriyartaha aluptaha, but vidheka bhava is there. Okay, so munehe kriyartaha aluptaha bhavet is the sense. So that's why alupta should be brought close to the kriya as a vidheka visheshana. Remember, I have talked about this. Okay, samanya visheshana usually stack behind the pada. For example, munehe kim shubha kriyartaha va athva kimapi something. Okay, some visheshana if you say attached to the kriyartha, that will come behind. Okay, so but if it is vidheka bhava of this alupta sense, not kriyartha is not lost, that sense. So that's why you should bring it in the posterior position closer to the kriyar, basically after the visheshya. Okay, cha they have conveniently nicely introduced. Munehe kriyatascha aluptaha bhavet. This is the style in Sanskritam. Okay, you don't need to put apicha, imagine some apicha munehe kriyartaha luptaha bhavet. That is also fine. That's another way of bringing cha. Okay, so but if you want to bring cha at the head, you have to imagine an api shabda there to start, because you don't want to start with a cha. Okay, start with a apicha. So that's also fine, but no need like this. See, munehe kriyartascha, even his kriyarta, that sense is there in the cha that we tail it. How in Kannada or Hindi, muniya kainkaryavu kuda, we say kuda here, no? Same way. See how Sanskrit, Kannada grammar and all follow that. Okay, munika seva karya bhi, like that. That bhi is the sense of and there. Okay. All right. So this nyaya shabda. So I said, okay, let me look at so many yakaras. So nyaya plus yat pratyaya. So there is a type of taddita, yat taddita, okay, with a top strilinga. So nyaya will be without top in pullinga. अथवा न्यायम इति नपुंसके. अत्र न्याय इति टाप् प्रत्ययेन सह न्याय इति स्त्रीलिङ्गे. सो आकारान्त स्त्रीलिङ्गपदं न्यायी, न्याय, यत् टाप्. न्याये भवा इति विग्रहं. न्याये भवा, one who is existing in truth. That sense, one who is deserving to be there in truth. I mean, one who is worthy of that being called deserving, like that. Nyaya, nyaye, nyaya. After that, it's like Sita Shabda. Sita, Site, Sitaha, Sitam, Site, Sitaha. Though it looks very terrific due to so many yakaras. See, Nyaya, Byam. As if enough number of yakaras were not there, is this Byam added more. But otherwise, it's not difficult. Sita, Site, Sitaha, like. Okay. So now let us look at the samastas. You guys work on this. There's not a great lot I can add there. We know more or less. Mochaitum is a tumunanta, muchdatu, tumun, like this. And bhavattaha, see bhavat plus tas, basically tasil we call it more. Tasil pratyaya. So it is instead of a vibhakti form, like bhavataha form, bhavattaha has been taken from the tasil, though it sounds very close to bhavataha, which is panchami form. So this is a tasil panchami. Okay. All right. So samasah swasya dehaha swadehaha. Agree. One's own body. Swadehasya arpanam swadeha arpanam. Okay, dirgha is there if you see swadeha arpanam. Swadeha arpanam. See, so a plus a. So there is a swadeha plus arpanam savarna dirgha. Swadeha arpanam. Swadeha arpanam eva nishkriyaha. Okay. Karmadaraya sense. So offering of one's own body itself is the barter. Okay, so swadeharpana eva nishkriyaha. Oh, pullinga shabdas nishkriyaha iti. Okay, swadeharpana, this we have to only remember. That's the only way we have to somehow remember. Swadeharpana eva nishkriyaha, and then vibhakti viparyaya tritiya vibhakti. So tena swadeharpana nishkriyena. So it's like rama shabda. Okay, karmadarya. What type of karmadarya, guys? Eva is there.
Avadharana
Avadharana
Purvapada.
Purvapada. Okay. If it is iti, then it is Sambhavana Purvapada. If it is Eva, then it is Avadharana, because this is that. In iti, there is one of many sense. Okay. Over time, we are learning these things everywhere. Kriyayaha artaha kriyartaha. So, the purpose of the action. Okay, that means here artha is not necessarily purpose, the requirement is the sense here almost. So kriyartha, the requirement of the action, because finally the production from Denu is the purpose of the kriya. I mean, also in the sense, she is the richness of the act. She produces the milk and other produce, ghee and other things which are important for Homa. Okay, Shashti Tat Purusha.
Aluptaha, will it not be na luptaha?
No, they have not bothered. There are many more. You are right. Okay. So aluptaha is na luptaha, aluptaha nai. Okay, nai tat purushaha. Anything else is there? I think that's about it. Yeah. This is tasil. This is yat. We already analyzed that, but there is no samasa there. This is tumun. Yeah, I think yes, number 3 would be that Bhagini. I agree. Okay, so we will read the verse once more and then move on. Seyam swadeharpana nishkriyena nyaya maya mochayitum bhavattah na parana syad vihata tavaivam bhavedaluptascha munehe kriyartah. Now when we read, once we have got the meaning, you see how it presents itself in a different way to us. I may have taught it several times before, studied it before for exam, etc. But our brain, is very good with immediate memory, much better. So now that we immediately got the sense of it, when we read this, those with a better gifted brain, will for a long time remember it. Okay. तथेति गामुक्तवते दिलीपः सद्यः प्रतिष्ठम्ब विमुक्तबाहुः प्रतिष्ठम्ब विमुक्तबाहुः न न्यस्तशस्त्रो हरये स्वदेहमुपानयित् पिण्डमिवामिषस्य तथेति गामुक्तवते दिलीपः सद्यः प्रतिष्ठम्ब विमुक्तबाहुः स न्यस्तशस्त्रो हरये स्वदेहम् उपानयत् पिण्डमिवामिषस्य. I have pada break. I took the break. That's all. Okay. So tatha iti. So I mean closing the quotation. Tatha iti gam uktavate dilipah. Okay. Gam uktavate. Gam, why? Oh, see, and oh my God, see, it's not Nandini. It's so easy for us to confuse Gam with Nandini. This is now. Earlier we had seen Go Shabda as race, okay, and of course we know it as a cow. See here, Go Shabda as word. Okay, very interesting. Kalidasa is playing with us. So, tatha iti gam uktavate. This is probably saptami bhava. Okay. Haraye uktavate. Okay. Sati saptami bhava. Okay. Or maybe just for his sake. Okay. And so Hari Shabda, you see, another Hari Shabda, we know it normally as applied to Vishnu, things like that. Here it has been used for Kesari Hari, this lion. Okay, I think. See, Haraye, to the lion. Okay. I'm not able to place this Uktavate. What is the Vibhakti of Uktavate? Uktavat Chaturthi Vibhakti. Oh, Uktavate. Oh, it is not Saptami. Uktavat Uktavate.
Shatranta form, sir.
Uktavat Shatranta Uktavate. It is not coming from some Uktavan Uktavate, something like that. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So we have to be careful here. So Haraye Uktavate go as a pair, as Chaturthi pair. That's why they have brought it Haraye Uktavate. So for the sake of the lion, one who has been told Uktavan Harihi, Uktavan Simha, Uktavate Simhaya. Of course, with Simha Shabda, it will be Simhaya. Here it is Haraye, Hari Shabda, so Haraye. Okay. All right. So little bit far association. One is all the way in the first and one is all the way in the third. Okay. So it's not so easy. So tatha iti gam uktavate dilipah sadyah pratishtamba vimukta bahu. This we know immediately to identify. Stamba means like standing like a pillar or halted in position. That is the sense. Pratishtamba means halted in whatever act it was ongoing. Okay. Vimukta bahu. Okay. So now he has, looks like he has been released from the freeze of his hands. Okay. So earlier pratishtamba bahuhu asit, idanim pratishtamba vimukta bahuhu saha. Bahuvrihi eva. See, bahu is an anga of the angi which is Dilipa. So pratistambena vimuktaha bahuhu atva bahu dvivachane yasya saha is how we can think of it. Okay. So pratishtamba vimukta bahuhu. We will see later accurate samasa break, but it presents itself that way to us. Okay. Sadhya at this point, I mean, so saha nyasta shastraha. So nyasta means replaced or kept down or put in its casing. This sense comes from nyasta. So because he had tried to draw the bow into position, etc., now he relaxes his hands and keeps it down, perhaps, and puts the arrow back in its quiver. Tunire punah banam sthapitavan iti nyasta shastraha ityapi uktam shaknumah. Because the word shastra has been used, you can apply it to the bana as well as the dhanu, because it was not a khadga, that much we know. So saha nyasta shastraha haraye gam uktavate, we know that goes there. Swadeham, but it can come here also. haraye, for that simha. So that's where maybe that uktavan, uktavate, because uktavan is a visheshana to hari shabda, the uktavate goes with haraye because he is in the receiver mode of this body arpana. Because he is going to offer his body, right? So that's why that fellow as a recipient is in Chaturthi there, as the receiver of the dana. Okay, what is the dan? What is the act of dana kriya happening here? Swadeham, his own body, upanayat kriya pada, he brought it forward below, upa anayat, took it forward, and below upa is there, upasarga. So, upanayat pindam iva amishasya, this is of course Kalidasa's upamalankara. How did he bring forward his own body for the sake of the simha? In the way in which a piece of meat, okay, amishasya pindam iva upanayat, a piece of meat is placed as an offering in front of animals or to gods. Remember, of course, yajna karya, etc. used animal sacrifice also, is clear to us. So, pindam iva amishasya. Okay. So, amisha is like a meat offering type of thing. Let us see the later. Flesh, see, of flesh. Okay.
Mamsa.
Mamsa, amisha. But the sense of amisha is in the sense of offering also almost. Okay. Pinda is like a lump, a ball. Okay. तथेति गामुक्तवते दिलीपः सद्यः प्रतिष्ठम्ब विमुक्तबाहुः सः न्यस्तशस्त्रो सः I should not say स न्यस्तशस्त्रो हरये स्वदेहम् उपानयत् पिण्डमिवामिशस्य. So now we get the sense. So tatha iti vacham gam, vacham is the sense of gam. Tatha iti gam uktavate haraye, for his sake. Why they have brought this behind uktavate haraye? Because the words were told to Hari, but Hari has, to the lion, and the lion has moved into Chaturthi. So they have stacked it behind the Chaturthi sense, okay, with the taking that uktavat shatranta has the embedding of the kriya of telling. Okay, vadati is embedded. That dhatu is embedded here, right? So uktavat has its associated words gam. Okay, gam uktavate haraye. So that's why it has gone behind it. Okay, tatha iti gam uktavate haraye. So maybe tatha iti is not the words of Dilipa. What may be missing from between, they should have said a sentence somewhere. They have not said. Maybe from this 17 to this, oh, this is also 17. Okay, that's a typo in terms of Sanskrit Bharati. It should have been 18. That's okay, we will leave that. There may be a verse of Kalidasa, that is verse or two of Kalidasa, that is missing in the sequence. So, but even without it, we can assume, because who told the word? कहा उक्तवान हरिहि अर्थात कुंभोदरः उक्तवान. So gam, after addressing Dilipam उक्तवान. So but the word is that tatha iti. What is this tatha iti? So tatha astu, astu स्वीकरिष्यामि, भवान् स्वदेहम् अर्पयतु यथा भवद्भिः उक्तं, स्वीकरिष्यामि, गां मोचयामि इति प्रायः तेन कालिदास श्लोकेन उक्तं यथा मया उक्तं तथा न. So tatha iti gam uktavate haraye. Okay, he gets the Chaturthi placement for the dana that follows. Karta of the dana is our Dilipaha. So sadhyaha is just a avyaya presently. Okay, pratishtamba vimukta bahuhu Dilipaha, saha Dilipaha, nyasta shastraha Dilipaha. Son they have added to saying all these Visheshanas of Kalidasa are not simply misplaced Visheshana. He did all these activities, so they brought the son as a Asdatus Shatranta. Being so, Swadeham, son also will become Dilipa's Visheshana in Shatranta Pratama. Swadeham and Karmapada, his own body. Amishasya Pindam Iva, Upama for that offering. Okay. So, what is the Upameya is Swadeha, Upamana is Amisha Pinda. You can take together Amishasya Pindam as Amisha Pinda, or Amishasya Pindam, you can write it as Upamana. Okay. And Iva is the Upama Vachaka. Sadharana Dharmaha Kaha Pinda Rupam. This is also a piece of meat. This is also a piece of meat. So the Sadharana Dharma मांसैव आहारम् इति अथवा पिण्डं मांसपिण्डम् इति वक्तुं शक्नुमः साधारणधर्मः उपानयत् he basically offered, that means he bent and gave his body, that sense. Upanayat is like he bent and offered his body to the lion so that he can attack and kill him. So that's what. So Tatparyam Dilipasya Vachanam Shrutva Simhaha Tatastu iti akatayat. See, now they have brought it out. Okay. So that is how much compactly has been thrown in by Kavi. Tata iti ga muktavate Dilipa. He finishes off. Okay, unless something else is there, maybe not be even there. Kalidasa may not be wasting more verses on this. Okay, iti akate. Tatshane eva Dilipasya bahubandha shitilaha abhavat. So pratishtamba vimukta bahuhu. Just by the bahuvrihi visheshana, an entire sentence has been compacted in by Kalidasa, and here we need to explain that as a separate sentence. Sadhya pratishtamba dakshane eva Dilipasya bahubandha shitilaha abhavat. Sadilaha abhavat, something like that you can take. Okay. Bandha vimuktaha abhavat. Vimuktaha abhavat, like this. Yes.
Shitilaha
Mukta
means
word is there. Shitila means weak or
weak.
broken up, that sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Shithila we use for old buildings that have become decrepit. So that, I don't even know whether I'm pronouncing that English word right. So that's that Shithila. Okay. Dilipah swakiyam shastram adaha stapayitva. See, that's what. Vyasnyasta shastraha has been expanded in this full phrase. Swasya shariram simhaya samarpitavan. Simhaya is haraye. Ga uktavate haraye. Vachanam tastu iti akatayat tatra uktavate has been expanded off. So no need to bring it again. So simhaya samarpitavan. Samarpana samaye saha shariram kevalam mamsapindam iti vichintya nirmama buddhya arpanam kritavan. How far philosophically they have taken. Okay, what this Tatparya has done is, philosophically it has now taken this upama to convey that bhava of a mere mamsapinda is there in the mind of Dilipa when he is offering his deha. He is not looking at his own deha as some great possession of him or as himself. He knows that he is distinct from the body, and body is merely a piece of meat, and he is not being killed, the body is being offered. That's all. So that's what. Okay, that samarpana samaye saha shariraha saha shariram. So saha Dilipaha swasya shariram kevalam mamsapindam iti vichintya. So they have taken the upama as the mental thoughts of Dilipa beautifully. I accept this. Nirmama buddhya. So they show the philosophical non-attachment aspect of between Atma and body in this word. Arpanam kritavan. So that is nice. They have brought the Vedantic viewpoint of that upama. Beautiful. Otherwise, it looks like some lame upama. Here they have made it gahana with this arthakatana. Okay. Any questions with this analysis?
Yeah, Mahodaya. Vichintya, chintya, vimukta, mukta, both give the same
Yeah. It is enhancer. Sometimes these upasargas, no? Vishishtataya chintayitva is vichintya.
Okay. Like that, mukta, vimukta, like that. Same.
Sarvatha mochanam, vimochanam, atava vimukta bhava. Emphasizing, correct. Sometimes they emphasize, sometimes they negate, sometimes these upasargas take the meaning all the way somewhere else, which we can't imagine. Yeah.
Sir, Gam Muktavate, you said it's related to Hare because it's the fourth vibhakti. But I don't know, when I was reading, it's just
Haraye samarpayat also is possible. Correct.
no,
Haraye
uh,
haraye, but there is no samarpana kriya here, right? Upanayat is there. So that upanayat is basically not some kind of arpana bhava. There is no dana kriya imbibed by upanayat, right? If for example, if arpayat is there, let us imagine. Don't worry about the what you call chandas. Okay, so arpayat, so swadeham arpayat pindami vamishasya. Then this arpana kriya requires this haraye can be brought in as a chaturthi receiver of that arpana because there is a dana kriya. Because that is not maybe mentally that's why haraye is close to here, but finally because there is no dana kriya, that haraye is easier to traverse over there. Uktavate haraye and then bring that sense over there.
my question, I understood what you're saying now, but gam, I thought it's a cow. So cow,
Yeah. Initially, I also
muktvate,
thought like you
gam,
like cow. Yeah.
muktvate, matlab releasing the cow.
No. How that ga and double ma will come, no?
Dilipaha vadati, but he's trying to release the cow.
No, Bhagini. If it is muktavate, then where is the gam, makara for gam, ga? There
It's
is no
ga,
ga shabda, no?
ga,
Go muktavate, something may be possible, I don't know. But ga muktavate is gam plus uktavate only.
so gam is a different meaning or what?
Yeah. It is in the sense of vacham. Vachanam, vacham.
I thought it's just dvitiya vachan of gam.
No. Here it's very clear, no, gam.
It is written here, but when I was reading without understanding, it just came across that gam ko, he's trying to release the cow, right?
Yes, that's what I was telling. That's why it looks like Kalidasa is playing with us.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to release the cow. Dilip is trying to release the cow.
Yeah.
Niranjana
Most
ji,
people
sir
will
is
conclude that maybe that cow, but it is not. It is the word.
Niranjana ji, sir is saying that if it is gam and muktavate, there has to be two ma in it. There is only one ma here.
Gam,
I think she understood that. That was I was trying to explain to her if she was listening. Sometimes Niranjana Bhagini is talking, not listening.
I'm sorry.
No. I'm just telling the
thinking out
truth.
aloud, actually, honestly.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
So there is Anvaya Rachana. Now what happened? This entire thing is stacked upon Upanayat, right? Because this entire thing is Visheshana stack. So if it is Visheshana stack, okay, and this Uktavate in Chaturthi has this, Dhatu embedded, but it's not so strong to separate out. Only as a clause only it can act. So that's why it's only, so to the for the sake of, maybe even better, for the sake of the Simha who has been who told that permissive word, okay, may it be so, our Dilipa, who is such and such and such and such and such and such, offered his own body as if it is a mere ball of meat. That's the sense we get. Okay, so this offered his own body is Upanayat. We have to bring it. Okay, so Upanayat Samarpitavan, you see, somehow they have brought the Samarpana Bhava there, which is how the Chaturthi can be explained away. Okay, Haraye Samarpitavan. So you can technically bring the Haraye close to this Haraye Upanayat. No problem. For the sake of Hari, he took it forward. I mean, whether it is next to Uktavate or close to this, it doesn't change the sense of the sentence. Okay, because there is a Samarpana Bhava assumed. So Upanayat, Kaha Upanayat, Saha Dilipaha, Kidrishaha Saha. Saha as a expelled, you put this in bracket, please. Don't put it open like this. Whenever a word, is there. I am sorry. Dilipa is there. So, yes, it belongs. Saha Dilipaha. Kidrishaha Saha Nyasta Shastraha, one who has embedded his own arrows and bow, or put it down. Punaha Kidrishaha Pratistamba Vimukta Bahuhu, one who has his hands that have been released from freezing. Okay, frozen status. Kada Pratistamba Vimukta Bahuhu Sadhyaha. Just now, after the Tatha iti yada सिंहः वदति तस्य मायाप्रभावः अपि निष्क्रियः भवति तदा सद्यः. ओके, इदमिदानीम् इति. ओके, इदानीम् इत्येव. कम् उपानयत्? स्वदेहम् उपानयत्. सिंपल कर्म. किम इव उपानयत्? पिंडम इव. कस्य पिंडम? आमिषस्य पिंडम इव. कस्मै उपानयत्? हरये. सी चतुर्थी. कस्मै उपानयत्? हरये. कीदृशाय हरये? द स्टैक्ड द उक्तवते बिहाइंड इट. कीदृशाय हरये? उक्तवते हरये. काम उक्तवते गाम अथवा वाचम. इन ब्रैकेट यू कैन पुट इट. कीदृशीं गाम. तथा इति कोटेड. तथास्तु. अस्तु can be imagined, right? As dhatu. So tatastu iti. Astu you can put in bracket if you want. Okay. Gam. So tata iti gam uktavate haraye swadeham amishasya pindam iva sadyah pratishtambabahuhu न्यस्तशस्त्रः सह दिलीपः समर्पितवान्. Sorry, upanayat. You can a little bit up and down you have to go to make it a good phrase. Of course,
Amishasya?
Amisha is a meat offering, or like bait. Meaty bait is also called Amisha.
Okay.
Meaty bait.
Mhm.
For trapping wild animals, we use meaty
Fish,
bait.
when you use for a fish or something? Fishing?
I don't know. Yeah. The worm that you use on the hook, yes, correct, is also an Amisha.
Then yeah.
Okay, so this ni prapane, that is the dhatu, right? So let us look at it a little bit. It will be good contextually to learn again. Lang kartari. So bhutakale. So anadyatana bhutakala. So anayat, anayatam, anayan, anayaha, anayatam, anayata, anayam, anayava, anayama. Okay, upa plus anayat, upanayat. Savarna dirgha with upa upasarga. Okay, then ni prapane. In lat, how does it go? We should always try to, whenever we see another lakara, we should always come back to lat also, because that is our starting point for dhatus really. Okay, nayati, nayataha, nayanti, nayasi, nayataha, nayatha, nayami, nayavaha, nayamaha. So Ramaha pushpam nayati. Rama Lakshmanau pushpani nayataha. Rama Lakshmana Bharataha pushpani nayanti. Like this it goes. Okay, all right. So you guys go through the Padavivaranam. Not too much value I can add. Let us read the samasas and see if anything is missing. We will analyze it. So Pratishthambat Vimuktaha. Okay. Pratishthambat Vimuktaha. Prati is like an upasarga, so they have not bothered to separate them. So Stambha dhatu is embedded in that. Of course, see, there is no end to analysis. Here right now, samasa is being taught in Kovida. So samasa, you can expect that they will request you to do the samasa analysis, perhaps even when they give a 5-mark question around a verse of this Kalidasa's Raghuvamsham. Okay, Pratishthambat Vimuktaha. So they won't expect you to do samasa break for Subhashitas. Though here and there I have attempted. That is only for the purpose of us learning a bit more every time. Okay. But for the where Samskrita Bharati in its textbook has done that samasa analysis, there is an expectation for you to do that analysis also in the answer if there is sufficient marks allotted for the question. Okay. Probably if some explicitly asks samasanam vigraham api krutva samasanam api likata, something like that they may write also. But even if there is nothing written, if it's obvious to you, you offer the samasa splits quickly. Okay, pratishthambat vimuktaha, pratishthamba vimuktaha, pratishthamba vimuktaha bahuhu yasya saha. This is where they have taken the. So this pratishtamba vimuktaha is in pullinga to go with bahu. Okay. So here they have not bothered to do dvivachana. So why you may ask? Maybe only his hand that went for the arrow was made to freeze. Okay. Maybe he is not frozen on both hands. That's up to our imagination, right? That's why they stuck to ekavachana. But if you wanted to go to dvivachana, not a problem. Only thing is guru guravaha. So bahu you have to use. So pratishtamba vimuktau Bahu yasya saha is also kind of accurate because his left hand which held the bow also got frozen. His right hand which tried to extract the arrow also got frozen. Why not? You can say bahu yasya saha. Okay. Vimuktau bahu yasya saha. Nyastam. So that is the so there is a the Vimochana Kriya has a source of this is a Pratishtambhat. From what Vimochana? From the status of freeze. So Pratishtambhat Vimuktaha Bahuhu. Pratishtamba Vimuktaha Bahuhu Yasya Saha Bahuvrihi. Nyastam Shastram Yena Saha. Okay, so Nyasta Shastraha. So again, this is a Bahuvrihi. The sense is different. So there is a Yasya Saha because the Bahu is part of his body, so it belongs to him. Shastram was released, so there is was embedded. So there is an action involved. So who was the actor? By whom was the act done? So Yena Saha. Nyastam Shastram Yena Saha. Nyasta Shastra. Style is different. So you have to practice different styles of Bahuvri with different examples. At some point, after our lessons are complete, I will see there is actually some nice table that has been made by one of the students of Vyoma Samsta's Soumya Bhagini. Somewhere it's there. I have to go back and access it again. So it's done in a XLS form. For those who know how to use XLS, they can enjoy it more. For others, it will be just like a table. For those who know to use Excel, Microsoft Excel, they can filter only one type of samasa, another type of samasa, and look at it. So somebody has done a smart work with the Excel table. It is useful for those who don't know such a thing also. Can be made into a PDF and shared also, not a problem. But with the filtering using an Excel tool, it makes much more sense because you get a more compact view. I will share that with you guys because it's an open source thing they have submitted through their portal. So we can share it for learning. So generally, I think it contains almost all the samasas in the Kovida book is what I remember. Of course, I used it long time back, so maybe I should share it in the group. So that's what. Swasya dehaha swadehaha. Shashti simple, swa shabdena sakam deha swadehaha. Swadeham tam. So there is a karma pada displacement. Shashti tat purusha.
Sir, can I ask a question?
Yes, Bhagini.
Pratishtambhat. The word which I remember for freezing is thamba.
Stamba.
Yeah, so
Stambana.
they made it over here. So that's why I'm wondering, is it the same word or it's a different word?
There is some transformation at play. I think it's more a sandhi kind of thing. I think.
Okay.
Pratistamba. So sakara, takara. Need to check because both of them have changed. The sha has changed from sakara to shakara, and takara has changed to ta. So I don't know all the process involved. Okay. Whether there is a different dhatu with a different sound there with similar meaning.
Karkashana, so maybe that's why I don't know. Anyway, one more question, sir.
No. Shakara is explained with takara. The Shatkona Shakara's arrival is explained with takara. But sa and the Pratisthambat just like that won't change to Pratishthambat. There is no rule for that.
Okay.
So is it Shtutva Sandhi?
Shtutva is there in the Shakara after the takara has appeared. How the takara has appeared, we have to see.
So one more question. This Pindam Eva, what is it? Amishasya. Isn't that some kind of a samasa?
No. Amisha is a word. Amishasya is a shashti of that.
Eve.
Pindam Eva. Pindam Eva. Eva is like a separate word. There is two samyukta aksharas there.
No, I'm asking there's no
samasa. Oh, sorry. There is a savarna dirgha between Eva and Amisha. But there is a samyukta akshara between Pindam and Eva. That's all.
Oh, it doesn't classify as a samasa.
No. Okay. Eva separates out with simple sandhi breaks.
Yes. Thank you.
That's why it's been separated out. Eva, you see, avyayam, Eva, separated out. There is a savarna dirgha though. Eva and Amishasya has a savarna dirgha connection. Okay, so go see, look, Amara Kosha's quote. Okay, Amara Kosha. So go stringe, bhumihi ityapi. Vipula, Gahwari, Dhatri, Gaurila, Kumbini, Kshama, Bhutadhatri, Ratnagarbha, Jagati, Sagarambara. All these are paryaya padas for Bhumi. Go is also embedded. See, Gauhu, Ila. So, Gauhu is embedded as a paryaya pada for Bhumi in this verse of uh, Amara, Amara
But
Simha.
Subhashita, we had it as Mayuk also, no? Go. Just
Mayukha, which is race. Yes.
yeah.
Correct. So then see another verse in the third chapter of Amara Kosha. Okay. So Vachanam. This is what has been taken by Kalidasa. Okay. Pullinge api strilinge api bhavati. Tasya yoga. So Moolam. Lakshya striyam pumsi gaur lingam chinhashe phasoho shringam pradhanyasанвоश्च varangam guhyayo. Just don't know what he's trying to say, but maybe I have put something here. So vyahara ukti lipita bhashita vachana vachas go ida ila hara ira. Kind of things are okay. Amara Kosha is another thing that is good if as a child you learnt. After that, it is like you can use it as a quote here and there, but it's very difficult to remember. Those who in childhood, like my sisters, used to learn in childhood, so I remember them practicing. So Hari Ikarantaha Pullingaha. In my younger days, the after school activities were in these areas. My sisters used to they were better than me really in after school activities. I used to play in the street. They would go and do Sangita practice or then do this Amara Kosha. One some other teacher there will be there 2 streets away. For almost nothing, he'll be teaching some 20-30 students just out of entertainment. So they're all learning Amara Kosha there. This kind of activities used to go on. It was accessible without needing any money. Now and then maybe my mother would offer some fruits or whatever, I don't know. So Harihi Hari Harayaha. So this Hari Ikarantaha Pullingaha is now for the Simha. So Harim Hari Harin Harina Haribhyam Haribihi Haraye. That is the form. It is Haribhyam Haribhya Hare Haribhyam Haribhya Hare Haryo Harinam Harau Haryo Harishu. Okay. Ikaranta Shabdeshu. Important Shabda. Gauhu, we already know. Okarantaha Pullingaha. Okay. So Gauhu Gavau Gavaha Gam Gavau Gavaha Gava Gaubhyam Gobihi, like that it goes. Okay. Gam is the form that is used there. Okay.
Mahodaya, how Haraya is indicative of Kumbhodara. Hari Shabda is like Vishnu or something. So
Simha also. Like Kapi is also
Hari Shabda,
Hari
correct.
Shabda. So there is lot of this kind of play, words play,
Synonyms.
synonym usage actually, I would say.
Okay.
The word is used in many ways. Yeah. Just like Go Shabda, Hari Shabda also has multiplicity of meanings.
Yes. Okay.
But it's okay. We can imagine Simha, the Virya and the Gambhiryata of a Simha being attributed to Vishnu also maybe.
Yes.
I don't know what is the Vyutpatti of the Hari Shabda for Vishnu.
Sir. Narasimha. There is one.
Narasimha, right? One of the avatars is a Simha only. Thank you.
Correct.
Thanks for reminding us. Okay, so I think we'll take a water break. So 4 minutes, we will gather back and go to this Chanakya. Interesting. Okay, welcome back. So we know Chanakya is attributed with couple of things, of course. Kautilya's Arthashastra, the masterpiece, it's the Shastri Grantha is the bigger one, important one. There's also Chanakya Niti. Little bit difficult also in places because his writing is for his times, really, some of them. So we should take it with a pinch of salt here and there. Okay, lot of salt sometimes. Anyway, so today's subject of Samskrita Sahitya Parichaya is Niti Kavyani, Stotra Kavyani cha. Niti Kavyani, those that give us some kind of morals and ways to be. So you can say, okay, it's a little bit philosophical. Stotra Kavya is more about Stuti. Stuti is Stotra. So this one is like the praise of the superior things. Okay. Praise of usually the Devas and Paramatma, etc. Okay. So those Kavyas. Sometimes there is an embedding of both aspects in some places. Okay. So Niti Kavyani. इह लोके जातः मनुष्यः सन्मार्गेण गच्छन् सत्कार्याणि कुर्वन् जीवनं यापयेत्. In this world, one who is born, moving along in a good path, doing good deeds, he should spend his time, life. Ante cha moksham prapnuyat. At the end, he may beget this release from this attachment. इति अस्माकं पूर्वजनानाम् उदात्तं चिन्तनम् आसीत्. This way was the thought of our purvajas, our earlier people. Udattam, in a it is a high thought. Okay, udattam chintanam, high thought. It was. Atah janan sanmarge prerayitum pravartayitum cha niti bodhanam avashyakam abhavat. So therefore, it became important for encouraging people to move along good path and to orient them and to make them stay in that path. This kind of niti bodhana, which means telling about right and wrong, okay, became necessary. Tadartam niti bodhikaha kataha akyanani cha kavyasya angatvena kavibihi nibaddhani. So a lot of niti is embedded in the stories and sub-stories in kavya, okay, by the authors. Rigvedadi Vaidika Sahitye api niti bodha upalabhyate. It is not exclusive of the modern, okay, last few millennia. It is there from many millennia ago. It's found even in Rigveda. There are verses that pure niti bodha is there. Okay. Prachinaihi alankarikaihi नीतेः उपदेशः अपि काव्यस्य प्रयोजनेषु अन्यतमम् इति अंगीकृतम्. अन्यतमम् is in the sense of exclusive, that sense, okay, stands apart. So prachinaihi alankarikaihi, by the ancient kavya shastrajñas, who alankarikaha is like, see, if there is a kavi, then there is also a need for somebody who sets the bounds for the kavi, defines things for the kavi. Such guys are called alankarikas. Okay, kavya shastra pradipaha, those who set the rules of the kavya shastra. Okay, prachinaihi alankarikaihi, like Bharata Muni, etc. Nitehe upadeshaha api kavyasya prayojaneshu anyatamam iti angikritam. Even in their shastric granthas also, niti shlokas, etc. are embedded. In fact, I found this, I as part of my masters, I had to study some chapters of one of the Ayurvedic texts. Okay. So in that, I found about 20%, no, is beautiful embedding of niti, subhashitas and niti shlokas around the Ayurvedic points made in that chapter. That chapter was more about how to live daily, or daily being, how it should be, like that. Okay, anyway. So Aditya Hridayam, something like that.
Ashtanga Hridayam.
Ashtanga Hridayam, not Aditya Hridayam. Ashtanga Hridayam was the grantha. Okay, Nitehe Upadesha api kavyasya prayojaneshu anyatamam iti angikritam. So they, even the Alankarika said, only if don't focus on decoration, there should be some moral teaching, something impactful in your kavya, then it is significant, like that. Evam janopadeshartham kavye प्रासङ्गिकतया निबध्यमानः नीतिबोधः अनन्तरकाले पृथक् काव्यभेदत्वम् एव प्राप्नोत्. So what was merely being embedded later on took the form of a special kavya itself as Niti Kavya. Okay, where there was a pradhana was Niti Bodhana. So Niti Kavya, rather than focus on story, etc., directly doing Niti Bodha. Sometimes maybe embedded around some katha. For example, take Panchatantra. Panchatantra is a Niti Bodhaka, but more than Niti Bodhaka, it is actually even Arthashastra Bodhaka, because it is teaching to the princess ways of how to be a ruler, right? And Niti is embedded as part of that Arthashastra. So you can say that way Chanakya's Niti Sahitya is related to, is congruent with his Arthashastra Sahitya. Okay. एवं जनपदेशार्थं काव्ये प्रासंगिकतया opportunistically निबध्यमानः नीतिबोधः embedded नीतिबोध अनन्तरकाले पृथक् काव्यभेदत्वम् एव प्राप्नोत्. So it became a separate lineage, a type of sub-variant. उपदेशात्मकानि नीतिकाव्यानि एव बहूनि रचितानि. Some people focused on this upadesha kavyas. Shantihi, Vairagyam, Sukham, Dukkam, Punyam, Papam, Dharma, Adharma, ityadinam. So you can see some opposites. So peaceful, being peaceful, having the feeling of non-attachment, happiness and unhappiness, good deed and bad deeds, good conduct and bad conduct. If you simply to take the very basic meaning of dharma, okay, ityadinam dvandvanam vivechanam. So the opposites. Okay, dvandva is like opposites. In the sense of opposites, of course, in the context, dvandva is not always opposite. Okay. Adhyatma, sorry, not adhyatma, adhyatma chintanam. So adhyatma chintanam. That means about this sense of separation of Atma and Deha and Paramatma concepts. All these things are called Adhyatma Chintanam. Paropakaradinam Sadgunanam Prashamsa, praising the act of helping others, trying to do prachodana of everybody, saying, hey, do some dana kriya, do some help where it is necessary. It's good. Don't worry about what is there for me. This kind of thing. Mahatmanam Sambhava Varnanam. Swabhava. Mahatmanam Swabhava Varnanam. So explaining the nature of good people, so that they are like models to encourage such good nature in us. Ityadayah Vishayaha Niti Kavyeshu Upavarnitaha Bhavanti. नीति काव्येषु निबद्धाः श्लोकाः कदाचित् परस्परं सम्बन्धरहिताः सन्तः अपि मुक्तकानि इति प्रत्येकं पृथक् काव्यत्वं प्राप्नुवन्ति. Sometimes they don't have like any storyline, each verse for himself, so it's like a muktaka. Each sloka may be a muktaka, niti bodhaka muktaka. So muktakani iti pratyekam prutak kavyatvam prapnuvanti. So it's like Niti Shatakam of Bhartrihari, which is very famous, let us say. So here and there you may identify 2-3 consecutive verses belong in a cluster because there is some correlated theme or thread running through them. You can identify, but sometimes they actually individually each is like a Niti Shlokam, so Muktaka sense. So this, it's not like it's trying to together tell one thing. Overall, you can say it's trying to tell Niti. That much you can conclude. Yes, Bhagini?
Is Subhashitam and Muktaka?
Yeah. Subhashitams are good examples of Muktakas. But really, when you see places like Panchatantram, how Panchatantram deploys Subhashitas, they are hardly Muktakas. They are beautiful alankaras to what is being described by the characters. When one character tells something to another character to refute an argument, no? Those Subhashitas come out of their mouth from rats, from deer, from crows. It's amazing. Panchatantra. So those Muktakas are really not really standing totally apart, though they have a life of their own as a Subhashita somewhere. They belong in the context of that story very well too. They're threaded into the story. Of course, why somebody will put an unrelated Subhashita there? Huh? Yeah.
Yes.
नीतिबोधनम् अपि कदाचित् विधिरूपेण. Vidhi means a harsh directive, a must do type of directive is called vidhi. Vidhi nisheda rupena, should not do, negative directive. Okay. Ninda rupena, bruising, blaming somebody for such a bad act. When something has to be described, it should not be done. The Kavi should be harsh also. Hey, Hanta. Something he will put. So, Ninda Rupena. Okay. Prashamsa, for example, Ma Nishada, Shashi Sama, Ma Agama, so like that is there, no? Our Valmiki's thing. So, that is a Ninda Rupa only, little bit you can see. Okay. There is no Prashamsa there because the act was Nindatmaka. Okay. Ninda Rupena.
Sahitya Shastra Vihina, without the wall. I mean,
Shahitra Sakshat Pashuhu. Samyak. Ninda Rupa slow Subhaditum tad. So Prashamsa Rupena va bhavitum arhati. So nice. They're told Vidhi, Nisheda, Ninda, Prashamsa, ityadi. There is a bhava in them, embedded in them. Okay. Nice write up. Something to remember. If you can remember 5 to 6 sentences out of this is enough. Okay. So Kanichit Prasid is the next one. Next one is Stotra Kavyani. So Kanichit Prasiddhani Niti Kavyani, Chanakya Nitihi, Niti Shatakam and Vairagya Shatakam of Bhartruhari. The third one of his is not included in this because that is Sringara Shatakam. It's different. It's more Kalidasa style work of Bhartruhari. So Niti Shatakam, Vairagya Shatakam. Then Ballata Shatakam is Ballata. So his own name is applied. Shanti Shatakam, Bilhana. Shatashloki Mohamudgaraha Charpata Panjarika, some kind of a bird nest, bird cage. Name is there. Anyway, Panjara means cage. Panjarika is a feminine tiny cage. Charpata sounds like name of some bird. I don't know what Charpata is. I have to look up. Anyway, from the great Shankaracharya himself, there are some Niti Kavyas of high grade, I'm sure. So, Chanakya Niti, Bhartruharehe Niti Shatakam, Vairagya Shatakam, easy to remember. So, remember those. So, if you can remember Shatashloki of Shankaracharya and Charpata Panjarika, if you can remember, it will be nice to remember a few if you need to throw in an example. For example, Niti Kavya Vishaye Likatha, 4 marks, 5 marks, whatever. Then you need to quote. You don't have to quote everything here. You have to remember and quote a few. Okay?
Sir,
It will
in
add to
Vedas
the...
they have given, in Veda means it's Satyam Vada, Dharmam Chara, this is also from Veda. Isn't it, sir? Can we quote that?
Okay, I missed.
Rigveda.
You mean in the textbook something is there?
Rigvedadika Vaidika Shahitya.
To help
the
that.
paragraph, sir. Rigvedadi Vaidika Sahitye api Niti Bodhaha Upalabhyate. Can we quote the Satyam Vada Dharmam Chara?
Yeah. Oh, you were saying. Okay, I thought textbook had it. I missed out.
No, I'm just asking.
Yeah. Please, Satyam Vada Dharmam Chara. Nice. Everybody remember, guys. Remember to thank Padmaji in the exam.
Thank you, sir.
Also, this Moha Mudgara and Charpataka Panjarika Stotram, this is actually popularly known as Bhajagovinda together called.
Okay. See, I didn't know that. Very
and
interesting.
Mahodaya, Charpata means because it means a lot. I looked at Apte meaning. It tells the open palm of the hand with the fingers extended. So means the fist is the Panjara. That is what they mean. The open palm of the hand with the fingers extended.
Oh, okay. So then Panjara must be some kind of a nest or a cage formed with fingers.
Correct.
Very interesting name.
Something
very interesting name. So it will be interesting to see the shlokas why he named it so.
And Modaya, Shatashloki is Saundarya Lahari.
Shatashloki Saundarya Lahari.
Shankaracharya.
Completely so. I mean.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is Shatashloki.
Also, Shatashloki, the Vedantic treatise is also, that is also Shatashloki.
Yeah. Saundarya
Hold
Lahari
on,
also.
hold on. Subramanyavara is saying something else. What did you try to say, Subramanyavara?
Shatashloki is a Vedantic treatise, Prakarana Grantha by Adi Shankaracharya. That is also there. That is not a stotra. It is a just like we have other Prakarana Granthas, even Shatashloki is also, there are 100 verses which describe the Atma and Anatma Vivechana, discrimination in the form of verses, 100 verses.
Wow. So Vedantic Niti.
Yes.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Anyway, the colorful character here is Chanakya, right? He stands apart. So let us quickly spend few minutes reading his stuff, if you permit. You will see why you have to take some of his verses with lots of salt. प्रणम्य शिरसा विष्णुं त्रैलोक्याधिपतिं प्रभुं नानाशास्त्रोद्धृतं वक्ष्ये राजनीतिसमुच्चयम्. So this is Vishayakatana and Vandana. So always the opening shloka tends to be a Vandanarpana to whatever is the Prabhu or God that the author believes in. So Vishnu is his God. And Uddhritam means extracted. Nana Shastrodhritam, that which has been extracted from various Shastrat. Vakshye, I will tell you, Rajaniti Samuchayam. So what I am teaching here in my Chanakya Niti is Rajaniti Samuchaya. So he didn't call it Chanakya Niti. He called it Rajaniti Samuchaya. Okay. Technically, you can say that is the name of his kavya. Beautiful, very simple, lovely verse. अधीत्येदं यथाशास्त्रं नरो जानाति सत्तमः धर्मोपदेशविख्यातं कार्याकार्यं शुभाशुभम्. By studying this Shastra, a man who is of good nature, one who has the sattva to accept this bodha, he will know that which is famous as part of Dharmopadesha, what should be done, what should not be done, what is good, what is bad. Very simple. Tadaham sampravakshyaami lokanam hitakamyaya yena vijnana matrena sarvagnatyam prapadyate. I am telling you this, with this you will get sarvagnyatva, not mere moksha. You will know everything. This is a little bit of utpreksha. Why not? Murka shishyopadeshena dushta bharena cha dukkitaihi samprayogena panditopyavasidati. Here is salt starts. Okay. First shloka of his, okay, is in the Ninda sense. Nisheda Ninda. Combination of Nisheda Ninda. So, Murka Shishyopadeshena, by trying to teach a fool. Dushtastri Bharena cha, by having association with a ill-intending lady. Okay. Dukkitaihi samprayogena, by having association with the sad people. I mean, like negative people. Okay. Panditaha api, even a smart fellow, avasidati, will reduce himself or be lost. Okay. He will become waste. So this you can see. So that's why Patre Danam is there as a sense. Actually, if you want to preach, please make sure that the one who wants to receive is a suitable vessel for that reception. Don't try to, if you try to teach a fool, you will only get slapped. That's what is the thing. And then you see other things. See, little bit. He is very harsh because his times were tough times. There was this concept of Vishakanya as a technique being used by the kingdoms to corrupt opposition. Okay. So that's why he is always asking his shishyas, in this case, the kingly shishya that he had, to be very cautious with ladies. Okay. Dushta Bharya Shatham Mitram Bhrityaschottaradayakah Sasarpe cha grihe vaso mrityureva na samshayah. So, I don't want to expand everything. You can kind of. So, he almost gives upama of living in a house with a snake to some of the things. Okay. So, like this. Okay. And then some are beautiful. Nothing there is no salt needed. Apadarte dhanam rakshe dar. This is salt. Apadarte dhanam rakshe daran rakshe dhanairapi. Atmanam satatam rakshe darairapi dhanairapi. So, for the sake of a calamity, please protect money. That means it can be used for during the times of danger. That's money that is saved up. Dharan rakshe dhanairapi. But please do indeed spend the money you have to protect your family. Dharan in the sense of wives, but to protect your family is the sense we have to take. So, like, we should not take literally. Atmanam satatam rakshe darairapi dhanairapi. This is where his salt comes out. But make sure you protect your own self, both from money and from wives. Okay. Like this it goes. And it's wonderful. The whole moola is available. Each of you can easily understand this, but until Kovida exam, don't open it. After that, you open it and read it. It's very entertaining. But take it with a pinch of salt, okay? Don't try to apply all the feminist rules of today to the times of those days. Unfortunately, it's a different time. स्तोत्रकाव्यानि. सो किंचित पठामः. किंचित समयः शिष्यते प्रातःकालीनकक्ष्यायां. स्तोत्रकाव्यानि. भगवन्तं सर्वशक्तं मन्यमानाः वयं भारतीयाः तं प्रसादयितुं तस्य अनुग्रहं प्राप्तुं च नानाप्रकारैः तस्य स्तवनं कुर्मः. So we do the stuti of the gods with our own benefit in mind is being simply told. Anugraham praptum, to get his grace. You can look at it as a lalaj or as a genuine requirement, depends. Okay, if what you are asking is not a unnecessary thing, it is good. Okay, all right. So, I think Bhagini, who has Mukundamala knowledge, will be very happy. There's another verse of hers here. Okay. Prachina kalat purvajaihi ye devaha kalpitaha tan devan manasi nidhaya kavayaha bahuni stotrani rachitavantaha. So the kavis, the authors have written a lot of stuti kavya upon various different gods that have been imagined. See how clear, explicit it is. So Deva is our creation. Kalpitaha. Okay. Rik Samhita stotratmika eva asti. In fact, Rik Samhita has a great stuti kavya embedded into it, in addition to Niti Shastra here. So there is, this Samhita is a lot of stuti. Okay. Tatah stotra sahityasya arambha jatah iti vaktum shakyate. So we can literally say Rik Samhita is the origin of stotra sahitya. Bhagini? Somebody tried to say something? Sorry. सर्वेषु अपि काव्येषु आरंभे मंगलाचरणावसरे प्रायः कवयः स्तोत्रं लिखन्ति एव. In every kavya, at the place of mangalacharana, because they begin with a mangala shloka in the beginning, right? So there will be one or two verses dedicated for that, there is no doubt. Okay, so we see it vagarta viva samprukto vagarta pratipatte pitarau vande. Even in a very, of course, not in an ordinary way, in an extraordinary way, even Kalidasa is using this. Some places he is not so heavily bothered. He starts with Asti Pada only somewhere, without too much Mangalacharana. Kalidasaha, Magaha, Bharavihi, Ityadinam, Kavinam, Kavyeshu api stotrani santi eva. Tani cha stotrani. We just now saw in the Niti Shatakam of Kautilya also there is a stotra. And Vishaya Pratipadana, means subject introduction. Tani cha stotrani kavya gunayuktani api iti karanatah anyat atyantam ramaniyani santi. Because there is a lot of kavya guna in these stotras, they are beautiful. Not just because they are simply praising the god, they are praising with such colorful visheshanas. Learning, looking at those visheshanas, analyzing itself gives us joy. That kind of thing. There is a bhasha samvardhana, what you call santosha tatra. Shatakani, ashtottara shatanamani. So this is ashtottara shata. So this is 108 is very important number, as you know, in our culture. Okay. Sahasra namani, Vishnu Sahasram, Lalita Sahasram. So stotra kavyasya eva vibhinnani rupani. शङ्कराचार्यैः विरचितं स्तोत्रसाहित्यं तु समग्रे देशे सुविख्यातमस्ति. स्तोत्रसाहित्यं we know Mukundamala is one of them just now. Tasya kavya saundaryam bhava prakarshaha means shining, attraction, shining, that sense is there in prakarsha. Cha kasya va hrudayam na avarjayet, whose heart it does not attract. Avarjayet, interesting usage by Samskrita Bharati. Sharada, Lakshmi, Bhavani, Annapurna, Vishnu, Krishna, Shiva, Kalabhairava, Ityadin, Sarvan, api Devan, Uddishya, Taihi Likitani Stotrani, Adyapi, Grihe, Grihe, Vilasanti. Just now, Gurunam Vishaye api, they also can be added to this list. Gurunam, Rushinam, Sharada, we know we ourselves pray every morning class, for Saraswati.
Mahodaya.
Yes, Varya.
Shankaracharyena virachitam or Shankaracharyaihi virachitam, Mahodaya?
Actually, this one is a modern Sanskrit. There is no need to go Bahuvachana. Shankaracharyena is not in any way disrespectful. The usage of singular, whether it is for a simpleton or for a Maha Paramatma, Sanskrit Vangmaya didn't intend Bahuvachana to be disused as respectful. But this, in Kannada, in Hindi and all, we do this, aap, like that. So that sense has come in Shankaracharya in Bahuvachana. Shankaracharyena virachitam, nothing wrong, Bhagini. Okay, there is no disrespect meant. And no additional high respect meant by Bahuvachana because it confuses everyone.
Even for Rama, we say Ramayana, sir.
Rama, yeah, where Rama himself, we see Ramayana. Why Shankaracharya will be squeezing his eyes looking, why they are calling me Shankaracharya like that? He was a simple guy. Remember, he was as young as 30 something when he went.
32. And Mahodaya, the poets used to praise Stuti about the kings also. Do they come under this Stotra?
Yes. If you appreciate a good king, that comes under Stotra Kavya. See, just like I said, Guru, Rushi, you can include Adhipatis.
Raja.
Yes.
Thank you.
Also, it could be that Shankaracharya doesn't mean only Adi Shankara. The lineage of that lineage also has many Shankaracharyas. Could be that
perhaps.
Thank
you. Beautiful. See, Maria comes and protects Samskrita Bharati nicely. But then they should pluralize also, no? Shankaracharya virachitani stotra sahityam is a collective singular. So that's okay. Virachitam stotra sahityam is enough for Shankaracharya. Shankaradi charyaihi. Okay. We'll accept. So let us read this beautiful Mukundamala that is staring at us as a Stuti Kavya ourselves. Shri Vallabheti Varadeti Dayapareti Bhakta Priyeti Bhavaluntana Kovideti Natheti Nagashayaneti Jagan Nivaseti Alapinam Pratidinam Kurumam Mukunda. One of the first verse actually of that. And you see, guys, Vasanta Tilaka, Tabajajagala, 14 into 4. I don't know why they repeated it here, just to show that it is Samavritta maybe. 14 into 4. Very interesting. Okay, then Malini. This is another verse from Mukundamala, I think. Must be. Jayatu Jayatu Devo Devaki Nandanoyam Jayatu Jayatu Krishno Vrishnivansha Pradeepaha Jayatu Jayatu Meghashyamalaha Komalango. Looks like incomplete. Looks like I have lost the fourth pada in the way it is.
Jayatu Jayatu Prithvi Bharanasho Mukunda.
Thank you. Jayatu Jayatu Prithvi Bharanasho Mukunda. One who protects the earth from the bad weight that it carries sometimes. Nice. Beautiful kavyas. So, Kanichit Prasiddhani Stotra Kavya. I will go back and edit it to include that missing line, Bhagini. I apologize. But it is Malini Vritta. So, 8, 7. So, there is a what you call avasana, yati in the middle of a pada. 8, 7 like that. Okay. कानिचित् प्रसिद्धानि स्तोत्रकाव्यानि चण्डीशतकं बाणस्य, सूर्यशतकं मयूरस्य. वेरी डिफिकल्ट रिमेंबर दिस. स्तोत्ररत्नं यामुनाचार्यः. दिस इज फ्रॉम श्री वैष्णव पद्धति. लक्ष्मी सहस्रम वेंकटाद्वरिः. Venkatadvari only is Vedanta Desika, if I remember. Athava Venkatanatha Vedanta Desika. Venkatadvari may be a different kavi. I apologize.
He is different, sir.
Venkatanatha is Vedanta Desika.
Venkatadvari has done a lot of work.
Venkatadvari is another.
Krishna and Rama, something like that. You know, in sloka.
Ragava Yadaviyam, sir.
Champukara.
Okay.
He has written Raghava Yadaviyam, sir.
Raghava Yadaviyam. Venkatadvari. Okay. Varadarajastavah. So Varadarajastuti. Appaya Dikshitah. So Varadaraja, this is a temple that is there in one of the places close to Chennai. Kanjipuram. Yeah, Kanjipuram. So Varadan, Kanjipura. So Varadarajastavah, Appaya Dikshita. So Appaya Dikshita is also a great, origin of many Carnatic kritis are attributed to him. Okay, Bhajagovindam ityadini Shankaracharya. So Bhajagovindam. Okay, then Karuna Lahari, Ganga Lahari, Amruta Lahari, Lakshmi Lahari, Sudha Lahari. Tons of laharis by this Jagannatha Pandita, about whose sad story also we discussed a little bit, because one of his Subhashitams came right in our earlier study. So Jagannatha Pandita. This is Shahjahan period. Paduka Sahasram, Daya Shatakam ityadini Venkatanatha. Paduka Sahasram is a high placed text in the Vaishnava Sampradaya. Yeah, so he is actually called Vedanta Desika. His actual name is Venkatanatha, but he is titled as Vedanta Desika because he was so philosophical in his writings. And so Paduka Sahasram is a Stuti Kavya, but it's embedded with a lot of other things also as part of the, as you know, Visheshanas themselves have a Niti there. So, right. So the story goes that he wrote it in one night as a challenge or something.
He is considered as the Gantavadara of Tirupati Perumal.
Right. That is the belief of the Bhaktas, correct. Correct. Just like Ramanuja is some other avatar, like that, Shesha avatar. Yeah, correct.
Shamyata Mahodaya. If you have 1 minute, I want to share something interesting about Kalidasa.
Please.
I don't know whether it is truth or story.
No. Story is fine with us. Go ahead.
Yeah. Actually, he was not a educated person. He wanted to marry a princess, and then he went and sought her hand, and she asked him, Asti Kaschit Vagartaha. Then he went to Kali and then did tapasya and got wisdom, and then he started Asti Uttarasyam Dishi. Meg Sandesha starts with that. Kaschit Kanta Viraguna. Asti Uttarasyam Kumar Sambhavam.
Megaduta. Kumar Sambhavam.
Kumar Sambhavam. And then Kaschit Kanta Viraguna Megadutam. And then Vagarta was Sampraktav.
In Raghuvamsha.
Yes, that is the story I read somewhere.
Yes, beautiful. Actually, I thought it's a brilliant type of, even if it is Kavi Kalpana later, it is very nicely stringing together the first word usage of Kalidasa. Is there any meaning? Is all she said now to him. Is there any meaning in you coming to me and asking my hand? That's what she was telling.
Yeah.
So later, I hope he impressed her with his kavyatva and he got her hand. We don't know.
Like that, we have some stories. No, one lady who told him something. Why did you come to me? You should have gone to God. And in this rain, holding a snake, like thinking that it is a rope and all that. Then he gets his wisdom and then becomes very big.
He comes there and then she is belting out kavya of such high standard. Yeah. Correct. Just like we got in our Pravesh also one beautiful story with that lady telling Ramasya Vihaya, that one, something like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was, I liked that very much. It left an impression on me. Another storyline verse that left an impression was how Parvati was trying to solve the fight between Ganesha and
Her son.
Kartikeya.
Kartikeya. That was beautiful. Always you can go back to that and enjoy that. Yeah. Okay. So
What's
we
the
will
meaning of
call it.
Lahari, sir?
Huh?
I mean, this word Lahari.
Lahari means flow or something like that. A rivulet type of sense is there in Lahari.
Okay.
Her means
Waves.
wave.
Oh,
Wave,
okay,
wave is the
okay,
word. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Thank you.
Correct.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So we will call it a morning and gather in the afternoon and close out this lesson. It's gone on, but it took two more sessions because I went into complete details of Alankara I mean, basically the Chandas Shastra part of it. That's okay. It's learning. So we'll catch up with Samskrita Grantha Parichaya in the afternoon and close out this lesson and see how we move forward. See you all at 3 o'clock. See you. Bye.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಮಹೋದಯ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಮಹೋದಯ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.